Hi there, and welcome to Anton R91 or Supercharged SE YouTube channel. And today I'm looking at the Fuller Playtrain Railbus from the late 90s, I believe. It comes as a complete working package. It's sort of, you can link it in with the Playmobil kind of setting. It's the idea I actually had was to either turn it into remote control or make a live diesel out of it, but I realised that putting an internal combustion engine in this would just ruin it and kill it, and it looks quite nice as it is. I've actually taken the stickers off there. It comes complete, you know, it has working windows, they slide up and down, the doors go like that. It's fairly straightforward. The idea is it runs on track that actually attached. The track hits points on the bottom and gives it forward, or reverse even, and forward speed, like that. It's got little neat plastic wheels. It takes two it runs on 3 volt, takes 2 fairly straightforward battery packs, just under there, very straightforward. And yeah, so I'm going to make a video about converting it into RC, which I plan on doing now. I'm going to be using my remote control, and I'm using a speed controller and a receiver, and I'm actually using LiPo batteries on this, such as these. The idea behind using these is that at the track, at the club, I don't have to wait for ages to recharge the batteries on this. I can just I've got a LiPo fast charger. I can just charge them up with my car, and then I can go again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video about how to, or about myself converting this into remote control. It's straightforward. Everything sort of comes apart. I do plan on actually repainting this eventually if I can actually have the time. But it doesn't look so bad at the moment. Right, so it all just comes apart fairly neatly. It's got sort of 4 little pressure points which can be pushed, and it all sort of, well, there we go, it all clicks off. And yeah, it's very straightforward. The little 3 volt motor. I do actually also planning on converting the wheels to metal wheels. I have seen a version of this, it's red. I'm not really sure what it is, but I want to convert that to having metal wheels just to look more realistic. The front bogey actually comes off really straightforward. You just take off this little plastic cap there, and this actually just falls out, and you've got easy access to the motoring, the wiring. So the first thing I'm going to do is detach the battery wires, because these are now no longer needed for the switch. I can take the switch out as well, because all I need are these 2 wires here, which I'm going to attach to these blue and the white wire on the receiver. Okay, so what I plan to do is I'm just going to cut these wires, but I'm actually just going to cut them right where they meet. Oops. Right where these wires meet in there, just so in the future if I ever want to solder it back I can do that. So well, first of all, what I'm going to do is just a little cut there. And to cut there, and that now frees this motor bogey up. This switch mechanism is also not needed. What I do plan on doing is leaving the batteries in there to add a little bit of weight, because this whole thing is actually very, very light, and you know, I want to in making it RC, I'm jumping the voltage up, because all these LiPos here are 2-cell. And I'm jumping the voltage up a bit, so what I plan on doing, it should be able to pull more, it should be faster, but if it hasn't got any weight behind it, then it really isn't going to work. so I'm leaving those batteries in as just a bit of sort of ballast, as well as I may have to add some stuff as well. So for the moment we'll put those to the side. There's the wires. Also I can leave those I can use those batteries for lighting, because actually what this Loco has is it has these on the side which I could drill out and put little LEDs in, running lights. But again, that's something if I have the patience and the time to do. But right now what I'm going to be working on is this motorised power bogey here. So the first thing I've got to do again is to cut these wires away from the switch, and I've got to open that up to figure out where they meet. Okay, so now what I've done is I've actually I just cut the wires just there. It was too complex to open it up. I didn't want to break anything. It was easier to cut them, and that's sufficient wire for me to attach the speed controller to. I've just sort of sliced the cover off both of those and twisted them. Now I've just got to rig it up and make sure that it actually does work as RC. Now this is a little trick that I use because I've actually, if you look on my channel, I've also got a remote control Hymic, the big train, and I actually had that running using this RC but without having to touch the RC, if you understand what I mean. Because usually you'll know that the way it works is you squeeze the trigger and you get forward speed and reverse speed, and if you let go it stops. So what I actually do is I put this onto channel 1 and I use the steering for forward speed and reverse speed, because you've also got the steering trim, you see, and what you can do is you can adjust this and it will actually run, that'll be no forward speed at all, and it'll actually run slowly forward and a bit faster and faster until you got full steering trim on, let's say, a remote control car or a boat, and it actually runs by itself like that, and then I can speed it up or slow it down and then use this as well. So you've also almost got two controls there in one. That's how I do these trains. So let's all hook it up and see if it all works. So I'll turn the remote control on first. The light is actually flashing, showing I'm running out of battery, but I know I've got sufficient battery for what I want to do. So I've actually never linked a LiPo up to this, so this is going to be the first for me to see if it actually works. Now the problem is these connectors I've taken the clip off those, so this is a bit of a sort of touch and go whether it'll actually stick in there. Crocodile clips are always the easiest thing with this, so I'll attach one there and one goes on there. I'm not sure what way round is a positive and negative right now. To be honest with you, with the motor it's not too important. The main thing is you just don't want to overload the motor too much. I mean, it's probably going to start spinning straight away, although I haven't plugged the battery in, so let's do that first. So this is what matters. Don't reverse this, because this is a fairly old speed controller and it may not take to reverse polarity very well. And I don't know, let me see if I can show you guys. Turn it off. The light is actually on that speed controller now, and that shows that's working. So that's a plus for me, really. And if I turn this controller on, it should fire up straight away. Oh, right, again, if I attach this. No, something's gone wrong. Okay. It's usually just a tweaking of wires. We'll get this working. Right, let's try this a different way. So what we can do is just directly attach these wires to this, wrap that around, and I do the same here. So what I do is I go through. Obviously these need to be sort of soldered. I never really did like that. I usually just tape them because soldering I find is a bit too permanent at the moment for the usage that they get. Okay, so that's now metal to metal contact, and again I'm going to put positive and negative. And there we go, we saw that was working there. For some reason it decided to stop again. But generally, there we go. And that's what I mean by using this. You can just turn this and reduce it, and it's going to be going all the time. Also, you got reverse and you got forward speed. Perfect. So that part of it works. I'm happy with that. Okay, so for the last part of this video, what I'm going to do is try and put it all together on the chassis bed of this, and see if I can get it to run with remote control. It's actually a fairly straightforward thing, making something remote control. Please, if anyone needs any help or has any questions, please message on this video or inbox me, and I'm very happy to help. So, taking it all apart again quickly. Undoing everything, making sure everything is out of the way. So again, I'm just going to, using this clip here, which just sort of clips in there, I'm going to reattach this trying to find the oh, that goes through there. Hold on. Got those wires going through first, and then that sort of just pops into place like that. And what secures this in place is just this clip, and there we go. It doesn't fall out. So now I've got these wires exposed here. I can put everything on the test bed. So we have the battery, we have the speed controller, and we have the receiver. Doesn't look very neat at the moment, I know, but the idea is I just want to hook it up and see if I can actually get a running chassis. So then what I've got to do is I've got to drill holes, although there are actually holes in the bottom of that I may be able to use already, and feed the wires through there, and I'll try and tuck it away a bit, have these sitting in the Railbus. I don't know if anyone on YouTube actually, I'm not very good at detailing or painting. I would love to. I've seen a few pardon me, I've seen a few of these on YouTube. There's a really exquisite looking one that's sort of cream and brown. Obviously I don't want to copy anyone else's colours, but I would like to, you know, I don't know if anyone enjoys detailing, enjoys painting, and would actually be open to painting this for me, because that's the part where I'm not very good at. But back to this. Let's feed those in there. Wrap it round. Okay, then attach the battery, making sure this is running through. Attach the battery. Okay, and I've got my green light is on. And so, if I turn this on, okay, and we actually have a working it's slipping a bit, obviously, because it's on the rubber that's on the wheels actually isn't, you know, it's just riding on the flange of the wheels right now, but that seems to work nicely and I'm happy with that. I'll just get the camera a bit closer. And there we go, there you have it. That works very nicely. So again, thank you for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel, either Anton991 or Supercharger C, or both if you could. And yeah, please stay tuned for any future videos of this Railbus, because I will show it with the body being put back on and with all the electrics nicely installed. And if anyone wants to take me up on that offer of actually having it repainted, redecorated, please just let me know. Yeah, and look forward to hearing your comments on this. Please stay tuned as well for when I take this to the club. I'll also have my live diesel number 2, which is currently number 3 even, which is currently behind us as well. And we should have a nice running. Thank you very much.